Hello, everybody. I'm gonna wait and see if some people show up. So if I see like one or two, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna do some information about Yule and winter solstice. Sorry, I don't have my webcam set up. I thought it come with a clip. Apparently, it didn't. So I might be looking up at my screen. So I'm sorry in advance. Um, So I'm just gonna wait a few seconds and see if anybody shows up. Um, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope, I hope that you have had a good winter solstice so far. Good Yule. Well, I feel like I should wear my headphones, but I don't know. It'll be okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna wait until it says 2 minutes, then I'm gonna just go for it. Because you guys can like go back and watch this. So I'm just gonna see who shows up. All right. Okay. So this is information about Yule and winter solstice. I really wish that I had my camera up here. That'd be awesome. So Yule starts on December 21st through January 1st. This is the second holiday in the pagan wheel of the year. Samhain is the first. That's like basically January 1st for everybody else, basically. Um, but so, from my understanding and from what I've read and studied, and however you want to say it, Yule is like when people would check on each other because, okay, let me read my notes to you because I'm trying to like say it my way. That way others will understand. But I think I just need to like go over my notes with you guys. That way it makes more sense because I will chase rabbits all night long and you will not get what you need to know. But Yule and winter solstice is a time to celebrate the coming of light again. Basically, the warmer weather, the harvest, things like that. So, um, basically, the darker days coming to an end. And a lot of us may feel, as witches, we may feel that we have lost our power. We may feel that, the lack of magic, the lack of having our manifestations come to fruition. But that is because it's the darker part of the year. Basically, some people say that the gods and goddesses are asleep during this time. They are in hibernation. They are resting for the new life, the new beginnings with the coming of spring, maidenhood, um, fertility. So, a lot of people may feel stagnant or stuck or non magical. They may question if they are even a witch or not. Um, Many other things like that, too. Um, so, this is a really good time to hibernate, so to speak. It's a really good time for inner work, shadow work, self care, looking within. Um, Definitely finding your triggers. Trying to think, there's something else too. Oh, it's a good time to clean yourself up, but also clean your house up. Like, it's time to um, go through your clothes and remove things that you no longer use. It's a good time to recognize things that no longer serve you. So, um, it's also a time, it's usually a time to feast on the year's bounty, what you've harvested this past, summer. Um, it's time to check on people, make sure that they're okay, they have everything that they need. Let's say, this is just an example, probably a bad one. Let's say you're in need of sugar or flour or something like that. It's a time to check with your neighbors. If you can make a trade, it's time to, make bread and things like that to give to your neighbors, kind of like Christmas, but cooler. um, it's just a time to check up on your people, basically, because it's a time of darkness. It's a time of darkness for everyone. Um, Maybe some people have lost a loved one recently. It's time to check up on the people. It's time to make sure they're good, make sure they have enough food for their children or for themselves, or check the elderly. Um, just kind of making sure everybody is definitely okay to make it to spring for the new harvest. It's what I'm trying to get out. See, I told you I would chase rabbits. So, as for planting, it is highly important to protect the plants by covering them from the frost, feed the birds, remove weeds if there are any at all. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going over my notes here so I wouldn't, get too far out of the way here. A lot of people were terrified, wondering if they would have enough food to last until the next harvest. Um, let's see. A lot of people would bring in an entire tree into their home for warmth. That's how they cooked. They had to, burn wood and things like that in a fireplace, however you want to say it. And that's how they would cook and everything. So they would bring it in for warmth and for cooking, and they would save one log for the next year in remembrance of the previous year. Hey, I made it through this year. Look what we did. We made it. We made it another year. That's what that means. Let's see. The log symbolized the blessings bestowed on the family by getting through another year. Let's see. To celebrate Yule or winter solstice, you can try lighting a candle to represent the sun's return or have a bonfire. This is a time of challenges, rebirth, compassion, love, gratitude, endings, cycles, feasting, reflection, study, and sleep. Usually the 21st or 22nd, this year's 21st, is the longest night of the year, also the shortest day of the year. So the next morning, a lot of people go to Stonehenge and they watch the sunrise. They are celebrating the coming of light, the coming of warmer weather, the coming of a new harvest to make it through another year. Now, we're kind of spoiled. I don't think a lot of people really celebrate this because we have the convenience of going to a store, or, we are so blessed because we can just go to a store and get what we need and not have to worry about, making it until springtime or the next harvest. So we are very blessed. But I think that it's a really cool idea to celebrate this in 2022. I didn't get to do it today, but hopefully in the next couple of days I will make some type of bread, and I will be celebrating Yule and winter solstice and the coming of the sun. I was supposed to have a bonfire today, but it didn't happen. Probably do that tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So, the sacred tree for this season is the holly tree. Now, if you don't know what kind of tree that is, that's like the one that stays green like year round with the little red berries on them. Don't eat the berries, they're poisonous. Um, Now, the cardinals, I don't know if you live in my area, but if you see the cardinals and blue jays and a few other birds, they will definitely eat these berries, and that's fine. They're going to be okay. But don't eat them yourself because you will die. Essential oils for this. You can use a diffuser. You can put them on the lava rocks or lava stones on your bracelets. You can even put a little dab on your wrist, rub together, blah, blah, blah. The ones that you can use for this season is cinnamon, myrrh, evergreens, clove, frankincense, and wood smoke. Um, Some of these you can mix together in a diffuser. Definitely don't put a lot of the evergreens or clove because it'll just be like really overpowering. I would probably put 1 or 2 drops, maybe. The cinnamon could be overpowering. I'd probably put 2 or 3 drops. Myrrh and frankincense, you could probably get away with like 3 drops. Wood smoke, I mean, it depends on how woodsy you want it to smell. You know what I mean? You just kind of go with the flow on that one. Now, I wouldn't be putting no 5 or more drops, just saying. But you do your thing. As for colors to wear or have in your home, things like that, you can have white, gold, green, and red. So kind of like Samhain, this is the time of the crone season. So anything the darker, colder months, if you live in kind of my area, this is definitely the crone season. It's about wisdom and knowledge, inner work. I don't want to say teacher vibes, but definitely like, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, ADD. Let's see, not counselor, not advisor. Duh. So this is a time for advising maybe your children, maybe you have a class, maybe you are like trying to help somebody through something, but it's definitely a good time to help others reflect on themselves, if that makes sense. Definitely time for shadow work. I already said that though. So, yeah. I also have a book recommendation for you guys. It is called The Year of the Witch. Sorry, I couldn't get that out for some reason. Year of the Witch by Temperance Alden. I think I said her last name right. I'm not sure. I put a link in the description so that way you guys can check this out. This book, it's a really good book. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about it, but I was wanting something more like stories that people have gone through with the solstices and Sabbats and equinoxes and things like that. I wanted to know what people went through, like during Yule or Samhain. Samhain and Beltane are my favorite, just so you guys know. But Samhain is about, celebrating the loss of a loved one. Sorry. But then, Yule is about, the coming of the sun, the new harvest, things like that. But I was wanting to know, like, the rituals of Samhain, or like what they do to celebrate the lost loved one, or with Yule, I'd like to know, what they did during Yule, how they celebrated, the troubles and trials and tribulations, like what they went through, their panics, their terrors. I wanted to know that. I wanted to know the juicy details. But this is not that book. This is like information, very small details, kind of. I'm just going to read like the highlights of this book for Yule, just so you guys know what goes on with this book. Let's see. So Yule, let's see, it has 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages for Yule. See, I wanted like, a good bit of pages for Yule. I wanted to know things. But for Yule, let's see. The highlights for this is pagan Yule versus heathen Jule. I think I said that right. And then another highlight is customs and lore of Yule, Odin and the Wild Hunt, Yuletide traditions, witch balls, and that's it. That's all the highlights that they have in this book. But I will say it is a good book. I'm not cutting on it. I'm not hating on it. It's a good book. But I feel like it gives you the highlights, then you gotta look it up if you want more details. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway, it's a good book. I give it I'm gonna say 8, just because it's kind of like, it's not very detailed with the solstices and things like that. But that is all of the information that I have about Yule and winter solstice. There is more information, I will say that. So, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'll be glad to, look something up, go more in detail. I know my description for Yule and winter solstice was kind of simple, I guess you could say. But I just kind of wanted to give you the main idea for it, or, how people celebrated it and things like that. There was also Krampus. I forgot about that. A lot of people, had this person dress up as like a scary monster or whatever. And if kids were bad, then they would take their hand or hands. Sometimes other body parts too, depending on how bad the youngin was. Bless their hearts. But I was gonna kind of leave that out, but hey, I just threw it on in there. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. I told you I chase rabbits. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope you have a wonderful Yule and winter solstice. If you get a chance, I forgot, here comes another rabbit. Get on Facebook. There is a live video coming up in the morning at Stonehenge, and you can watch the sunrise with all those other people that are going to be up there. But it's going to be a live video. Get on Facebook, check it out. I probably will not be watching it because I'm going to be dead here in a minute. So, anyways, I hope everybody has a good day. Happy solstice. Happy Yule. Um, many blessings to you, and may the gods be with you on your journey. And I will see you next time. And thank you so much for watching.